Dear boomers, there comes a time, a moment in life, often later than earlier, when we begin to see that force has never truly served us. We pushed and we struggled. We tried harder, we tightened our grip, and yet here we are. The power of softness in an often cruel world. The Tao understood this long before modern psychology, neuroscience, or productivity culture ever existed. Verse 43 of the Tao Te Ching opens with a radical truth. The softness of all things overrides the hardest of all things. This is the central teaching of this verse. At first glance, this feels a little backward. We live in a world that praises hardness, strong opinions, rigid certainty, relentless action. But the Tao whispers something quieter. It tells us something much wiser, something that only experience can teach. And that is what we have gained and are gaining as we get older. Softness is true power. Think of water. Water does not argue with stone. It does not confront it head on, and it does not demand. And yet over time, water reshapes mountains. It reshapes the rocks and rivers. Softness is not weakness. It is adaptability. It is patience. It is trust in timing. And as we age, many of us begin to feel this truth in our bones. We realize that the battles we fought so fiercely and even rigidly often cost us more than they gave. And that gentleness towards ourselves, and especially, was the strength we were missing. We need to be gentle with ourselves and others. And when we are, life changes, our perspective changes. That without substance enters where there is no space. And that's how the verse continues. That without substance enters where there is no space. This is one of the most profound spiritual teachings in all of Taoism. Because what has no substance, what would that be? Silence, stillness, presence, and awareness, and much more. You cannot force your way into peace. You cannot muscle your way into clarity, and you cannot demand healing. But when you stop pushing, space appears. This is why reflection, meditation, and quiet moments later in life feel so different than they did when we were younger. Because we have naturally slowed down to our benefit. We are no longer trying to become someone. We are learning how to return to the source, to the Tao. What is the value of non-action? The wu-wei. The Tao then offers a phrase that has confused Western minds for centuries. Quote, hence I know the value of non-action. Non-action does not mean doing nothing. It means not acting against the natural flow of life. It means responding rather than reacting, allowing rather than forcing, and it means listening rather than controlling. For many boomers, this is a relief. You have already proven yourself. You have already worked hard. You have already carried responsibility. Now the invitation is different. Now the invitation is wisdom. Wisdom to be who you are in this moment. Touching without words and performing without actions, the verse continues. touching without words and performing without actions. Few in the world can grasp it. This is mastery. Not the loud kind, not the attention-seeking kind, but the quiet authority of someone who embodies what they know and what they have learned through experience. You have met people like this. We all have. They do not lecture, they do not convince or try to convince, and they do not argue. And yet, being near them changes you. This is the kind of leadership that emerges naturally in later life. When ego softens and presence deepens, we become who we really are. We may have been searching for this all of our life. And this is rare and it is precious. The Tao closes with a sober observation, quote, "Rare indeed are those who obtain the bounty of this world." What is it that is so rare? Because the world rewards striving, not surrender. Noise, not silence. Speed and not depth. And yet those who learn the way of softness often find something far greater than success. What might that be? They find peace, they find meaning, and they find themselves. So here is an invitation to all of us listening here. If you are watching this and feeling tired of pushing, if you are sensing that your next chapter requires less effort and more alignment, and the Tao is not asking you to give up. It is inviting you to lay down your armor. We have said this before in previous videos, and it does bear saying again that your armor is serving you not at all. It's important to trust that what is soft and can be strong, and that which is quiet, that can be powerful, and that which is unseen may be what matters the most. This is not the path of force. This is the Master's way. Peace and inner solace, and a great amount of love and forgiveness. If this reflection spoke to you, I invite you to stay connected. Here at Dear Boomers, we explore wisdom, aging, spirituality, and meaning, not as decline, but as deepening. Please subscribe to the channel and comment, like. It helps the channel a lot. And sit with these words that I have just spoken, because that is more than enough, really. Peace on earth.